Hey everyone, and welcome to the Duke Chronicles football pregame show. I'm Brian Mazur, along here with Sam Turken, and we are previewing Duke's matchup on Saturday against Virginia at 12:30 at Brooks Field at Wallace Wade Stadium. And Sam, let's jump right into it. Duke had a huge 38-35 win against Notre Dame last weekend. What do they have to keep doing this week to extend this win streak to 2 games against UVA?
Yeah, it was a huge win last weekend because not only did it ended a 2-game losing streak at that point, but it really boosted the confidence of this team because after losing to Wake Forest and Northwestern, they weren't playing well. But last week you saw a completely different team. They took advantage of Notre Dame's subpar defense. Daniel Jones really had his best game of his young career. He's a redshirt freshman. He finished 24 of 32 for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns. And unlike the first 3 games against Wake Forest, NC Central, and Northwestern, he really settled into the pocket and looked downfield. Initially, throughout the first couple of games of the season, he was just looking to receivers on short throws, but he looked downfield. Quay Chambers got his first start, had a big game, showed his potential for over 50 receiving yards. And then Anthony Nash had another strong game with over 120 receiving yards. But offensively, they're going to be without Jela Duncan, who had a big game, running back Jela Duncan, who had a big game last week. So they're going to need a lot out of Sean Wilson to make up for it. And
I think that turnovers are also a key thing for the Blue Devils moving forward. Obviously, last week only 1 turnover against Notre Dame, no fumbles, just a lone Daniel Jones interception. And I think this weekend against UVA, if Duke takes care of the ball, they're definitely going to have a great chance of winning this matchup. But let's talk about Daniel Jones himself, really coming along as Duke's quarterback here, almost halfway throughout the season. Can you just talk about his play and what he's done for this team?
Yeah, like I said, he looks a lot more comfortable in the pocket. Before he was really just throwing. He was looking at his checkdowns, looking at his main targets. But now he really is spreading his throws out to different receivers, and it's giving a lot more guys opportunities to make plays downfield. And another thing, we were talking about the turnovers. Duke had 10 turnovers through their first 3 games, and that was putting a lot of pressure on the defense to stay on the field. And they were getting tired in the second half as a result, and you didn't see that against Notre Dame. So that will also be big against Virginia.
So speaking of Virginia, UVA won a throwing game last year against the Blue Devils, 42-34 in Charlottesville. They racked up over 500 yards of total offense. What should we expect to see from this Virginia offense on Saturday?
Well, Virginia is a very hard team to figure because they're under a new head coach, Bronco Mendenhall, who spent his last 11 years at BYU. And Bronco Mendenhall is really known for having these explosive, fast-paced spread offenses. And in Virginia's first 3 games, they started season 0-3. They struggled to play to Bronco Mendenhall's pace, but you started to see it improve last week. And that can be kind of dangerous. As you said, they had over 500 yards, and they have a lot of playmakers. Their running back, Taekwon Smoke Mizell, he's one of the most dynamic running backs in the country. Last year, he led the ACC in receiving yards at the backfield, and he especially gave Duke problems in their loss towards the end of last year. So it will be interesting to see how Duke contains him.
All right, Sam, and thank you for that insight. So that just about wraps it up here for the Duke Chronicle pregame show. I'm Brian Mazur, along with Sam Turken. Don't forget to join us after Saturday's game against UVA for our postgame recap from Brooks Field at Wallace Wade Stadium.